We're going to learn how to modify the configuration file for the ContDataQC package, which contains all the variables for references in the package itself. These are things like names of variables, delimiters, units, those kinds of things. So let's get into it. I have open R 3.5.1. First thing I need to do is load the package. And then I'm going to load the help file. And I'm going to show you where the vignette is. So sometimes it opens in bait, like if you're in RStudio, it'll open up in a separate window. Here in my R, I have it set to open up in a web browser. So I'm opening up here, and there's a configuration vignette. So a little introduction. The base function to get out the settings. I'm gonna put that over here. Is config.out. But first of all, let me change my directory. I'm just going to go put it in my docs, and I set up a test directory. So you can see, if I get the working directory, you can see where it's going to go. And I do config.out. And this will produce an HTML report with the basic settings and the R file, which is just a simple text file with a .r extension. So it's working. I'm going to do list.files, and it shows me they were created. Now if I go to my folder, I can show you that as well. So you can see that these are here. The vignette goes through, just discusses a little bit of our conventions. Anything that starts with a pound sign, anything after that is comments and ignored. Typically, when you're assigning variables, the arrow, which is a less than symbol followed by a dash, that's basically an equal sign. All the variables are actually stored in an environment. You don't need to know what it is, just make sure you prefix each variable keeps the ContData.env $. This is actually what the contents of the configuration file are. As you can see, like there's a section here. Try to keep headers on it. So these are basic names for site ID, date, time, datetime. And on the right hand side, after the arrow, what you want it to be. The way the package is set up is the default, all this stuff loads. You don't need to know all of it. And any modifications you make are only what you need to keep into a new file. So I can make a copy of this file that's just named configuration out. I'll name it, actually I'll make a copy. Config test. I can open it in R, or, which I'll do here. And say the only variable I want to change is my default report format. Say I'm producing some sort of report for project, and I really want these things as docx, Word files. I can go in and I can change that variable. I can even take these out. And if that is the absolutely only thing I need, that's the only thing I need to leave into that file. And that's pretty much it. So it's pretty easy to use this config.app function, which will output the files into a directory, and then you can make your modifications to the file, and you only need to change the things that are new and different. You can delete everything else, and that's it. Thank you very much.